But the EFF is quiet. They know about that the transaction is illegal. They know that the transaction cannot take place because SAA is not in a place to sell anything from itself because it does not know actually what it owns and what it has. The DA is quiet. Well, I understand why the DA is quiet, because the DA wants to privatize all the state-owned enterprises to give it to private merchants and money changers in order to reduce South Africa to a private state where all South Africans shall be subjected to economic and psychological apartheid. I understand what the DA is doing, but I don't understand why parties like the EFF, parties like the ATM, parties like the UDM, I don't understand why they're not saying anything. I understand why people want to privatize things, because white people are all about money. The Afrikaners only want money so that they can control their Bantus. Because they know that they have nothing to offer. They have no love for the Bantus. They have no love for the country. They love Europe. They love America. So they would rather have all these things in their hands, so that even though the Bantus may hate the Afrikaner, even though the Bantu may despise working for the Afrikaner, but they will always fear the African. That's what the DA wants. That is what the EFF, the Freedom Front Plus want. But I don't understand what the reaction of the Bantu political parties. I don't understand the reaction of the Bantu politicians who are seeing the Bantu being robbed. And while claiming that they represent the best interest of the Bantu, they're not doing anything. So the privatization of the stake in SAA, where the state through Ramaphosa, Pravin Gordhan and Enoch Godongwana sold the stake to Takazo Consortium, is illegal. It is a crime. It is corruption, because it does not follow the laws which govern such kind of transactions. Which means that if we really care about South Africa, if we're not trying to get paid through tax money, if we're not trying to collect tax by promising things that we don't even have the capacity to fulfill, if we make big enough promises so that people can vote for us, so that we can go into public office and then launder public money into private money, so that we could take our children to the very schools of the people who are oppressing our people, without us building our own schools in our own cultures and values, in our own languages. If that is what we are doing, then we must just come out and say, no, we don't actually care about these things. We just want the tax money to come to us. Because that is what it looks like. So I'm urging all the Bantu academics who have studied business and accounting to come out and say that the SAA deal is illegal, is a crime, and is corruption, and every person who is involved in this transaction must be charged according to the rule of the law. And I'm urging also all the Bantu political parties and the politicians to also, in parliament, to say that the privatization of SAA is a crime, is corruption, and is illegal. And therefore, the people who are involved in such transactions must be charged with corruption according to the rule of law. Then we will be demonstrating that we're not just people who talk about the stuff we're gonna do. We're actually people who have the character to do the things which we claim that we're gonna do. In fact, I'd rather not have us claim anything, but to just do the things that need to be done. Like in this case, where we need to stop SAA privatization or part privatization of SAA by merely saying what the law says. The law says that you cannot sell a company without having the audited financial statement, so that you can know exactly what you're selling and the buyer can know exactly what the buyer is buying. Otherwise, then we have a country which is run by a mafia, which is run by criminals. And then all the people who are claiming to be against such kind of activity or such kind of criminal and corrupt conduct are not really against criminal or crime or criminal conduct. What they are against is people who are able to benefit from tax collection, and they just want to benefit from tax collection for themselves. So the SAA deal must be stopped by all South Africans who love South Africa, who love the future of South Africa, or who have a desire to have a South Africa that will have common socio-economic heritage which will belong to us all, the rich and the poor, the Bantu and the Afrikaners, the Payis and the Zulus, the Xhosas and the Vendors. Outside of that, then we have people who are liars, who are snake oil salesmen, who are not different from the people that they are criticizing. They are just also trying to get themselves in that position so that they could also come and do transactions, illegal transactions like this one, to do corrupt transactions like this one in terms of privatizing SAA. So we need to fight against this. We need to fight against it. And I have taken the liberty of taking the matter to the Constitutional Court by indicating that the privatization of SAA is against the Constitution, is unconstitutional. And the privatization of SAA is against the National Development Plan. The National Development Plan sees state-owned enterprises as strategic institutions for the development of South Africa. So Selamaposa, Prime Gordon, Kodongwan have no document, have no policy, have no resolution supporting the privatization of SAA. The Constitution does not support it. The NDP 2030 does not support it. The resolution of the ANC does not support it. The manifesto of the ANC elections of the 2019 does not support it. But yet these people who are ANC leadership are doing the things which is in the blue book of the DA. And then we believe that there's a competition. There's no competition between the DA and the ANC if the ANC is applying the policies of the DA. It means that Cyril Ramaphosa is a member of the DA. Because everything that the DA wants done, everything that is in the blue book of the DA, everything that is in policies of the DA, Cyril Ramaphosa is actually doing while he's the president of the ANC.